What's up, guys? It's Missy. I am back with another SimCity Buildit video. Okay, upon request, I am making a video talking about taxes. Now, I have discussed this on some of the population videos. I'm not 100% sure if they have taxes on the thumbnail, but it's definitely in the title of the video. But I'm going to go ahead and do a more recent one to keep you guys up to date and all that. So, nothing's really changed, honestly. But I am going to give you guys the rundown of how taxes are calculated and why population is not as important as a lot of people think it is. In the previous SimCity games, taxes were the main source of income as there were no items. You know, you just had buildings and you had tax revenue that you could change the percentage of, and then you had to go off, you know, people's happiness and things like that and bring it up and down, and that was your daily income. Now this game's a way different thing, okay? So population has to do with taxes, but that's not the only way that taxes are calculated. Now, before we get started, make sure that you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Also, make sure that you collect on your side pass today, okay? Anytime these end, if you do not collect the rewards before the pass ends, you lose the items in the side pass. Your other pass, your VU pass and your mayor's pass, those actually get added to your inventory and you'll get a little notification if you forgot to collect anything. But make sure that you collect your side pass, okay? Alright, same with your blueprints. I think those go away as well, right? So your blueprints don't roll over, they disappear after that that design pass is dealt with. Okay, so you guys have hit that like and subscribe button, and now we're going to talk about taxes. So here's your taxes, okay? Now what they did was they didn't want high-level players to get an obscene amount of taxes over low-level players, considering low-level players actually need coin a little more than high-level players do. So what they did was they created a system where they have 3 different ways that taxes are calculated: city level, city population, and city happiness. So if you click on your taxes here, notice how I only get 17,000. Okay, that doesn't mean that I get 17,000 every 24 hours. It accumulates up and it allows you to collect them, you know, at 200 or 500 or whatever. So you don't really want to let this go all the way to the 24-hour mark, right? Because then you could be losing out on coin. So make sure that you're collecting it regularly. Now, if you read the screen here, it says Happy Sims will pay more taxes. There's the Marysville train. Holy shit. I knew if I spoke it was going to do that. It does it every time I'm parked. I'll be sitting at a stoplight talking to somebody, and I'll open my mouth and be like, "Hi!" It's like, dude. So I wait a minute out of irritation, then I'm like, all right, fine. It's not going to do it again. I go open my mouth. It's like, "Mark!" There's a Burger King right next to it. Happens constantly when people try to order. It's fucking ridiculous. I know, you guys are like, who cares? Alright, so let me get my coffee. Okay, so did you hear the train do that again the moment I start talking? Bastards. And that's clear down at the other end of town now. Okay. When you look at this, it says taxes increase happiness to boost tax income. Okay, so here it says tax rate 20%. This is at the full bar of happiness. Now, this doesn't actually drop down just because you're 1% low. It drops down to about 90%, right? So if you have a 93% happiness, you're still in the 20% pop boost. You're not, like, getting penalized for it. A lot of people will be like, I need to get my happiness up to 100 before I can get my 20% boost. No, you're still getting the 20%. As long as the smiley face is in the 20%, you're receiving the 20% increase. But you should make sure that your Sims are happy to keep up on that. That's super easy. But we're not going to get into that right now. Okay. Total population, 3 million. But if you look at my capital map here, I have 1.1 million on my capital. Now, what you'll notice is if you calculate up all my maps, they equal 3 million. Okay? So your your population across all your maps is affected in taxes, and their happiness is also included in this. Okay, so if you look at, let's say, did you give me a stamp card? Sorry. Okay, so if you look at, let's say, the amount that you get paid 24 hours, I get paid $22,000. So I collected my taxes a little bit early on the $17,000, but I still get paid the same amount, right? So don't worry about that. A lot of people worry about that. Now, how can you boost your taxes up? Well, as you can see here, I just told you that taxes are calculated by 3 things. City level. I'm at max level. Can't go any higher in level, so that's the best I can do. I'm already in the 20% tax increase. Okay, so can't go higher there. What's the only thing I can do to increase my taxes? Population, right? But look at how much population I have and how much little money I'm already getting. See why population is kind of stupid when it comes to taxes? So what people will do is they will increase their population, assuming that if they get up to this obscene number, that they're going to get these obscene amount of taxes each day, and then they'll just be rolling in the dough. No, because what happens is you increase your population by increasing your population, you increase the need for services. You increase the need for roads. If you don't have your roads set up to never need upgraded, which you should, okay, so if you don't know what that means, you need to look up my Never Upgrade Your Roads video, because nobody should be paying for road upgrades. That's just ridiculous. Now, once you've done that, you're paying for services on all those extra people. If you're only making chump change, think about what your population is right now. A lot of you people watching this video are probably low-level players, right? You probably maybe have 300,000 to maybe 1 million pop. And you're wondering how to get that your population up so that you can increase your taxes so you can just be rich. What you're not seeing is that you probably get really close to what I get. Like, you probably get maybe 10,000 to 12,000 a day at that range, right? I'm only getting double what you're getting, but I have so much more pop than you. This is why population is so stupid. Now, what people will do is they will increase their pop, they'll increase their services, and it's kind of like redundant in a sense. If that, like, okay, so you increase your population, right? Now you have to pay for all these extra services with the extra taxes. But you don't really get very many extra taxes. So now, okay, you have your map full of all these people. Usually people that know this much about the game don't know that they don't have to upgrade roads, so that is a major thing. Now, if you look at your roads here, okay, if you pay for something like this road, that's expensive, right? That's only the first upgrade. It's 7,500 coins per 1 square of road to go from start to finish before Omega roads. That's 1 square, just 1. Now, how many coins, scroll out of your map and scroll around like this, and look at how many coins have been wasted on roads. Now, I did these roads for the looks, okay? But these are 10,000 per square. They're actually more per square not needing upgraded at all than they are to just upgrade your roads all the way to max. You actually lose 2,500 bucks a square to do it this way, because it's only 7,500 per 1 square to go from start to finish. Besides Omega, of course, right? And Omega's a little different. So, yeah. If anybody here who's buying the 10,000 per square roads to avoid having to upgrade, you're actually spending 2,500 more per square than you would if you would just upgrade them the other way. But you don't need to do either one. You can set your city up to not have to pay for any roads. But the point I'm getting at here is people that are usually people that focus on population and taxes are not people that have their roads set up right, okay? So be careful with that. But the best way to get money in this game, if you're, because I know that's the next question that y'all are going to ask me, is okay, well, if taxes don't do it, taxes are more there for beginner help, okay? So when you first start out as a player, you're going to get you're going to get a decent amount of taxes per city level, and you can increase your population and your happiness, and you can increase the number, and that 15,000 a day will help you. But it's not much. As a level 18 player, if you run your shops properly, you can bring in over 90,000 coins a day, just on your shops running normally, okay? That's not with tokens, obviously, because you're level 18. If you get up to level 24, you can almost double that. Triple it, quadruple it if you're running tokens, okay? No reason why anybody should be broke, especially if you're not paying for road upgrades. If you watch my production plan video, and you can watch whichever one, there's an extended version where I explain why you're making what you're making, and I get into all the mathematicals of it, and then there's a short version where you can just look through and I'll just tell you what you need to be making per shop, and it's all written in the guide as well. If you join us on Facebook, type in SimCity Buildit, MissyAnne click the files section. You know, you're on our Facebook page, click the files section, and you'll see the production plan, the comm guide, the Missy's Building Guide, all that stuff, okay? No reason why anybody should be broke once you've discovered my channel. No reason at all. Like, coins are so easy to get, it's ridiculous. Now, it more comes down to stop focusing on this. This is not important. This is just a side chump change benefit. Just collect it as needed and go about your day. Do not focus any energy around this. It's not worth it, okay? Too many people focus on this number and focus on their population and getting this number higher, and what they're not realizing is 22,000, I get 22,000 for 3 million people, okay? The most I ever got when I had, at some point, I had to have 10 million pop in order to unlock all 5 maps. At some point, I had 10 million people, okay? The most I got was 38,000 in taxes. That's pathetic, right? That's barely a hamburger and a drink. I mean, that's how ridiculous, a stack of hamburgers and a drink. Like, that's how ridiculous this is. It's, I can't begin to explain. How the hell are you going to make it on their taxes? You're not, and you weren't supposed to be able to. The game wasn't supposed to be focused around this. It was supposed to be focused around items. And a lot of people are still stuck in the mindset of the previous games, you know? So, as a beginner player, taxes are excellent, you know? You depend on them, but if you pay very close attention as a beginner player and you make the right items, like nails, metal, you know, making things like hammers and chairs, donuts, well, veggies if you're really low level, you know, because that's the only thing you can make in that store. But keeping your shops fully stocked at all times, making the right items, selling the right items. Another thing you're going to want to watch is item management. What you sell, what you buy, and what you make has everything to do with your income, okay? A lot of people just look at what they buy and sell. They don't look at what they're producing for money. That's where you're gaining your increase, right? So if you buy something, if you have $1,000 in your pocket, okay, and you go out and you buy a donut for $950, you have 50 coins left, $50 left, right? So what people will do is they'll focus on buy and sell, buy and sell. That's just breaking even. Where do you go up? And where do you make that 1,000 into 2,000? If you just buy a donut for $9.50 and you turn around and sell it for $9.50, you're going to constantly be at that 1,000, right? That's what people don't realize. They're only calculating their income based on buy and sell. They're not calculating their income off of what's being produced to add to that number. So now you were buying and selling this donut. Just bear with me here. You're buying and selling this donut for 950 coins. And you constantly have 1,000 coins, right? It's not going to change no matter how many times you do that. Now, you're doing this with multiple different items, with all kinds of different, you know, things where you're donating these items for, you know, let's say airport flights. So you're not getting the full 950 back for the donut. You're getting like maybe 300 back for that donut, right? So your numbers are all crazy. So you're not paying attention to just how much you're really breaking even or losing out. Now, how are you increasing this number? Your overall bank amount, your full amount that your revenue amount. How are you going to increase your revenue? You got to make stuff. You got to have something being produced in order to make more than what you had, and you have to stop spending more than what you have, right? So when you are, let's say, out there shopping, doing your thing, you're going up and down on your income here, and you're not producing anything in your shops, or maybe you're producing things that provide such a low amount of income that you're not seeing a huge difference. That's why your coins are always so damn low. You have to stop the spending. You have to pay attention to what you're producing, and you have to start buying the things that you don't want to make, and start making the things you don't want to buy for yourself. And then you have things that you make to sell for coin, okay? So you have things that you make that you keep because they're hard to find, like melons as a high level player, right? Like cupboards, you don't find those very often. There's a reason why you don't find these items very often, because they take too long to make for how much money that they sell for, right? So a lot of people, it really comes down to they're selling the wrong things, they're buying the wrong things, and they're making the wrong things. But they're only focusing on taxes and buy and sell, okay? So goes hand in hand together. If you don't focus on your taxes, just collect those alongside your daily routine. Focus more on your income and how you're going to get that number higher, okay? I can sit here and float at like 3.5 million all day long. I can be in this range for days, not doing anything different than, you know, just selling a little bit here and there and not really buying a whole lot, you know, just kind of doing whatever. But if I really want to increase this number, I got to buckle down and I got to say, okay, no more buying, start producing profitable items and start selling in max quantities, right? Then I'll start to see that number actually go up. But if you just dink around and kind of do whatever, you're not going to see that number rise up. All right, you guys, good luck.